The Pythagorean theorem explains the relationship between the squares that can be made off the legs of a right triangle. Let's take our right triangle and start by making these squares. This edge is 5, so we're going to make a 5 by 5 square off of that leg. So is this one, so we'll make a 5 by 5 square off of here. To make the square off the hypotenuse, I'm going to count 5 up and 5 over for the legs, and I'm going to count 5 over and 5 up here also for the legs. Now I have my vertices and I can connect them. The Pythagorean theorem tells us that the sum of the square off the two legs is going to be equal to the area of the square off the hypotenuse. Well, let's test that out. I'm going to take a copy of the square that is off my one leg and use it to fill in the middle of the square off of my hypotenuse. Now for my other one, so it'll fit better, I'm going to draw along the diagonals and cut those into 4 triangles. We are going to take those triangles and use them to fill in the remaining space off the square on our hypotenuse. As we do that, we can see that those 4 triangles fill in exactly the space that is left. So the Pythagorean theorem works. The area of the squares off of the legs is equal to the area of the square off of the hypotenuse. Let's express this relationship as an equation. Right now we have the area of the square off the leg plus the area of the square off the leg equals the area of the square off of the hypotenuse. Well, let's first off talk about area of a square. Area of a square is side squared. So we could change that so we have side squared plus side squared equals side squared. Well, that's kind of repetitive, so let's start assigning some values. On our leg, we're going to represent this edge as A. So that means the area of this square would be A times A, or A squared. Off of this leg, we're going to call this B. So that means the area of this square would be B times B, or B squared. We're going to call our hypotenuse edge C. So that means the area of the square off the hypotenuse would be C squared. So if we substitute that into our equation, we would have A squared plus B squared equals C squared, which brings us to the Pythagorean theorem. Check out the other videos in our playlist and don't forget to click on subscribe. Thanks for watching!